Here we're going to graph this system of inequalities. So if you take a look at graph 1, it is the graph of a circle. And so recall, to graph that, you need the center and the radius. So notice here that your center is going to be 0, 0. So 0 for your x value, 0 for your y. And the radius, take the square root of this, and that would be 5. So your radius is 5. So at the point of the origin, which is 0, 0, you're going to go 5 units out in each direction. This tells us to make sure that that circle is a solid circle. So we're going to go ahead and sketch that circle, and it's going to look like so. And now we have to decide, are we going to shade inside the circle or outside the circle? Well, because it's in a form other than slope-intercept form, it's not solved for y, we're going to use the test point method, which is remove the x, remove the y, and replace both with 0. When we do that, it's going to look like so. The whole left side cancels to 0. When you get it to where you have one number on one side and one on the other, you read the statement. This statement says that 0 is less than 25. That is true. We don't need to read the other part. As long as one part is true, is true. So that's a true statement. Where's our test point? Our test point is here, which is inside the circle. And since inside the circle is true, that is where we shade. Now let's graph line 2. Line 2 is a linear equation. So we can graph that by step 1, plotting the y-intercept, which is 0, 3, and using our slope to rise and run to our next point on the line. We're going to sketch what type of line? Yes, you got it, a dashed line, because you don't see a line underneath. So let's go ahead and get that line there. There's our line. And now we have to decide, are we going to shade upper above that line or lower below that line? Now, since it is solved for y already, we can easily determine whether we're going to do upper or lower. And because we have greater than here, that means that we are going to shade the upper region or above. So once we do so, it's going to look like so. And here is our solution. And recall, the solution is the region that overlaps.